Welcome to a live class of Stargazer meditation.
I just like to keep the sounds of the forest, but whenever you're ready, we can begin. So we're going to kind of close our eyes, center ourselves, take a second, just kind of be here within. Keep ourselves grounded and centered, focusing on feeling the seat of your spine and your soul just centered right over the ground. That's why this mossy covered bed is so nice. We're going to take a deep breath in and out. And this is sort of a guided meditation, and also, as always, different things you can take with you, and some you can may work with you, some may not, and you just take what you can, so that in those office spaces, in those noisy parts of our day, hopefully we can revisit this space in our mind and know that at one time we had peace, and we have access to that peace at any time. Deep breath in and out. Let's begin. May we bless this space and bring everybody healing on their journey and find calm and peace in their daily lives. Amen. The first thing that I like to do is put my hands on the ground in front of me. Something about Stargazer meditation specifically is we both use, and Carlos, we didn't get to touch base on the night sky part, but we will do that after. But we use the earth and the sky a lot, and that is unique to this specific kind of meditation, I guess you could say. I sort of invented it, but again, we'll be learning modalities and pieces from all sorts of different modes of thought. So as we put our hands down, let's take a tiny bit, any of that stress we're holding on with us, let it travel out through your hands into the earth. Deep breath in. And now we're going to touch our foreheads to the ground. And this seems, like a prayer mode. And in almost every single faith, spirituality, mode of thought, even atheism, like, we're connected to the earth, and putting our head to the ground connects us to who we are, what we are, and the earth that we come from, that nourishes us, and that we go back to. So we'll take a second and put our heads down. Deep breath in. And come back up slowly and gently when you're ready. Another thing why I want people to take this, like, I'm so happy for people to come to class, but I want people to take this and do it on their own time, is that it's important to remember that everybody moves at their own pace. Everybody has different things that they need to work on and healing and to set down. And so if you can take these tools and use them yourself on your own time, then you can really access the healing that works for you in the prayer. All right. So let's begin. We've connected with the earth and we're centered. So now we're going to begin by counting back down from 10. And this is one way to reach yourself to a calm state, also called a magical state or a prayer state. You can use any of these words interchangeably. I'm going to try to go with the most sort of atheist or less spiritual version, just so it kind of fits with everybody. All right, 10. You can feel the peace setting into your shoulders. Kind of a good thing to do is take your right hand and put it to your left side of your head. You can open your eyes for a second and look at me if you want. Put it to the left side of your head and pull really gently to your right. And then we're going to take our left hand and we're going to put it behind us, just sort of like here. I will show you guys. Just sort of like this. This is a really good back stretch. It's a really good back stretch. Denise, my mom, may have shown you this one before. She's the one who showed me this. They use it in physical therapy to loosen up any tightness of the spine and just sort of kinks that get caught. And this one specifically really helps. Another deep breath in and out. All right, we're going to let go of that side, bring it down. And now we're going to do the same thing with the other side. Deep breath in. Feel that stretch along your spine and your neck. Not going too hard. This should be really gentle. In every movement, we want to forgive ourselves. Let's come back to center. Hands on your knees or whatever's comfortable for you. Maybe take a head spin, as they call it. Like roll your head back and forth, kind of in a circle around your neck. Oof, I don't know about you, but mine is very kinky. You can feel that. So go really gently, even the way that I'm being gentle with myself, because I know what I've been through. I want us to thank our bodies right now. Thank our bodies for what they've done. We are so hard on ourselves, culturally in America especially, where we all live, that we don't often give ourselves the credit that we deserve. And we're always thinking about like, oh, what do I need to do? What do I need to do next? There's never a quiet moment of rest. So let's take this next half hour, 45 minutes, whatever it intends to be, and reward ourselves with some soulful rest. Take a deep breath in. Say thank you. I want you to think of sending pink heart emojis to your heart right now, because you deserve it. And you've worked so hard. All of our hearts deserve so much. We deserve love, continuity, and grace, and consistency within ourselves. Finding a meditation practice helps us to be consistent. All right, now we're going to do one more little stretch. Let's put our arms right and left out straight. And then we're going to come forward and put them on the back of our head and just kind of pull forward. Keep your back as straight as you can. It's not really, there's no real like right or wrong here. I just want us to move our necks and our head around a little bit, just a little bit more, and open up that neck. And this will help to loosen and relax our shoulders. And maybe even kind of take your spine a little bit, sort of gyrate, for lack of a better word. And just go back and forth. You can kind of do a slight back, make your back into a C and touch your toes, not your toes, but sort of like if you were going to touch your toes, and then come forward and then do an inverted C. can tell I haven't done yoga in a few days because once I get to stretching and meditating, it seems to be all my body wants to do. So I highly suggest whatever, Denise, you just got done hiking. um, Whatever it is you do, also finding time in your life, note to self, for the the physical side of our mental strength, which is so important, as well as the sort of esoteric or mental part. All right, coming back to center. We're at 9. Deep breath in and out. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Let's just sit here for a second and listen to the trees. Breathing in and out. Sometimes I like to think of the trees as spirits that are just here for you. They're alive, living their journey on this planet the way that you're living yours. Just a different story, a completely different point of view. But the trees have stories too. Deep breath in. Connecting with nature. Now let's take a second. I'm sure we all have stressful things that have happened in our day or our lives. You can either pick one thing, or you can kind of take all of that big ball of stress and we're going to put it down to the earth again. Now that we've opened our channels a little bit more, you can put your hands on the earth again. And it might be important, if you can, to pull your blanket back a little bit so you can touch the ground directly. There's a lot to do scientifically with the frequency of the earth and ourselves, and I think that it feels important to connect and touch with the earth daily. So let's take all of that stress, or even just a piece of it, no pressure. Sometimes it's hard to let go of the things that we carry. They become part of our identities, the reason that we do things. But think for a second, what if you didn't have to carry that stress? What if you could just put it down? Not carry it anymore? Whatever that thing is, for just a second, let's imagine that it's flowing out of our fingers, all of that energy that we don't need anymore. And the earth is recycling it. The same way that it recycles compost and trash, that earth will take that energy away from you. And it will recycle it and compost it. For the future, and turn it into something beautiful. Continue to let that energy flow out of you. You might even start to feel a little bit of gold glowing, because while you're sending your energy out, the earth is sending you back good energy. So take a second. And then we don't get greedy. Let's pull our hands back a little bit. Deep breath in. Now we're going to work on our heart chakras. This exercise is specifically from a book that I brought today. I'll show you after, I forget the name, but I will show you. It's a tiny book that I carry a lot with me. So we're going to place both our hands on our heart. Hopefully your heart is glowing just a little bit right now. It's probably still hurting a little bit. We all have our things, right? And before we do this exercise, if there's anything that needs to come out of our hearts, that we need to let go of, some pain, let's physically imagine pulling out anything that we need to out of our heart. Any darkness, any energy that doesn't belong there anymore, and put that back down to the earth as well. Bless it. Say thank you. Thank you for that time and experience and people. Thank you for the lessons. I bless this and put it away, and I don't need to carry it anymore. And I'm going to let it go. In the blessing name of Owen, amen. Continue to feel that flow out of your hands into the earth. Connecting with the deeper, darker spirit that we're all a part of. And I say darkness only because it is unknown. We can't see it. We don't know what is bigger than us. We just know that we're a part of it. We're thankful to be here on this planet, having this life. Help us to find the grace in our daily day for thankfulness and grace and kindness and time to enjoy, like a little butterfly that's landing on a stupid flower outside of our work or something like that. Any little moment that we get to take a deep breath and relax and say, wow, thank you. All right, so we're going to come back to center. Deep breath in. Put our hands on our heart again. And so in one modality of teaching, in many actually, there are variations, but there is an idea that at different points in our body we have centers called chakras. And right now we're going to focus on our heart chakra. And you can think of it like a spinning wheel. Let's take a second to picture that spinning wheel. And if it's not spinning, just take a second again and pull out anything you don't need there and put it back to the earth. You have all the time in the world. And just to be clear, this class is one thing, one time, but you're probably going to need to do exercise like this daily and often. In the way that we exercise our bodies, we need to exercise our mind. And that helps us to know what we're put here to do each day. And it helps us to make decisions faster so that we know that we are in alignment. By the end of this class, I want you to feel that you can find alignment in yourself. But it's not, unfortunately, a quick, cheap, easy pill. They are great and they have their place for sure. But we need to also be able to find that within ourselves without any help. And a lot of times that just takes time and kindness and grace to ourselves. Deep breath in. We're going to just sit with our hearts for a second. This is going to be a slow meditation. Continue to feel that heart spin. Keep your hands on your heart or on your knees. Please, if it feels comfortable to put it on your head or behind your head, put them wherever makes sense. I truly think that there are different things for everybody, and the more you start to listen to your own channels, the more you get to be in control of yourself, and outside forces can't move you in the way that they used to be able to. Deep breath in. Now you can repeat after me aloud or in your mind. This is an exercise, and we do it for each chakra. You can repeat it 3 times, 4 times, 7 times, 5 times. Or 1 time. I personally do each chakra until it feels clear. Maybe I'm a rule breaker. I don't exactly like rules, but I don't like to be too dogmatic about things. I like to listen to my body, and when that chakra feels clear, I move on to the next one. Maybe that's 1 time, maybe that's 5 times, maybe it's an hour, half an hour, but you can repeat after me. Again, inside or outside. And I'll explain in a second. My heart is a wheel of violet fire. Make me the energy the universe desires. My heart is a wheel of violet fire. Make me the energy the universe desires. My heart is a wheel of violet fire. Make me the purity the universe desires. My heart is a wheel of violet fire. Make me the purity the universe desires. My heart is a wheel of violet fire. Make me the energy the universe desires. My heart is a wheel of violet fire. Make me the energy the universe desires. Deep breath in. Anytime there's a pause, connect back to your breathing and just slow. Deep, but not too deep, also shallow. No hyperventilating here, please. Another deep breath in. Now we're going to move up to our throat chakra. Our throats are our tools. They're the way we communicate to the world. May they be filled with kindness and patience, but also firm. It is possible to be firm and kind at the same time. Sometimes being firm is a way of kindness. If our motives are right, knowing our source of reasons for doing things, which is something meditation can help with, then our voice can be a tool of the universe. Deep breath in. And I alternate back and forth between energy and purity. You can find your own words too. There are many. My throat is a wheel of violet fire. Make me the purity the universe desires. My throat is a wheel of violet fire. Make me the purity the universe desires. My throat is a wheel of violet fire. Make me the purity the universe desires. My throat is a wheel of violet fire. Make me the purity the universe desires. My throat is a wheel of violet fire. Make me the purity the universe desires. If you need to move your legs at all, if they're falling asleep, please feel free to move around at any time. Deep breath in. Now we're going down to our sacral chakra. This is sort of the place right in between, like right below our rib cage and above our stomach. Our sacrum. We're going to take a deep breath in. So we can store a lot of emotions here. Anxiety, things like that. Greed, need. We're going to take those out. Uncertainty. Take a second. Keep your hands there and connect with that area. It's an often forgot about area. Pull anything you don't need from there. And forgive it and say thank you. Thank you for keeping me upright. Thank you for helping me to stand tall every day on this earth. Thank you for the love you've given me. Keeping my organs safe. In the name of Allah and amen. We're going to put all of that down and put it down to the earth. Anything that we were carrying there. Put it down. And if you feel called to do so, you can put your head to the earth too. Sometimes I find that that is a great connector, and it sort of completes the process of releasing. Feel it flow out of you. Any energy that's been trapped there for a lot of years. Let it go. And if you feel like crying, that's okay. Nobody here is going to judge you, and you should never judge yourself. Keeping tears inside when they need to be let go is never healthy, and the same with emotions. But we don't need to put our emotions on other people. We can find ways to let our emotions out and give them back to the earth. Our anger, our sadness, our resentment. Let it go and put it down. Put it all down to the earth, the great recycler. Keep it flowing. I feel like we've got a lot. That's okay. Nobody ever really invented this until now, and as I was telling Tiffany and them before I got here, all of this meditation system was born, this using the earth, out of complete and deep pain. And so keep putting it down. I find the earth is the only thing that heals me fully. And it's the one thing you can count on and depend on to always be there for you. No matter what, the earth's got your back. But it's also stormy and tempestuous. Tempestuous? I think that's what I meant. Tempestuous. It's a beautiful storm and it expects a lot of you. It expects your highest grace every day in the best version of yourself. So do, do everything you can each day, giving the energy you don't need back so that you can be the best representative of yourself for the earth. Keep letting that energy flow. Name of Allah and amen. Put your head down if you feel called to do so. Stay here for a little while. Come back up when you're ready. Let's continue taking any little bit out of our sacral chakra that we need to. Again, this one often gets forgotten. Put it down, put your head to the earth. Honestly, sometimes I do this for hours by myself out in my woods, so it's just an important thing to do in order to keep moving forward. We're going to come back to center and we're going to put our hands on our sacrum. We're going to say thank you. Thank you for carrying me all these years. Thank you. If you're a mother, thank you for helping to support my womb. And if you're a father or a man, thank you for continuing to support my body and for helping me to be a support to all the women in the wombs of the world. We always have to support each other. Constant balance. Male and female. Nothing is stronger than the other. Both have their energies that support each other. Name of Allah, amen. All right. We're going to take our hands and maybe open your eyes for just a moment. And in order to bring that energy back to our center, just take them and enclose yourself. Just do one of these in order to sort of create a bubble around yourself. So that way, all the energy is yours and yours alone. And put our hands back to the earth and release any last little bit before we do our prayer for the sacral chakra. Now we're going to come back to center. Our sacrum is a wheel of violet fire. Make me the purity the universe desires. Our sacrum is a wheel of violet fire. Make me the purity the universe desires. Our sacrum is a wheel of violet fire. Make me the purity the universe desires. Our sacrum is a wheel of violet fire. Make me the purity the universe desires. Our sacrum is a wheel of violet fire. Make me the purity the universe desires. Now we're going to bring our hands to our crown of our head, the top of our head. In Judaism, Jews wear yarmulkes in order to cap that crown because so much energy is released through there in their belief system. So that's what a yarmulke is for. In Hindu and Buddhism and a lot of Asian religions, the crown chakra is it's a release point. It's sort of our access point to whatever we deem God to be, the sky, the universe. So put your hands there for a second. And then we're going to take them down. And we're going to allow ourselves access to anything that is up there, that is higher than us. We're going to allow for a second for our heads to breathe, if you will. Think of it sort of like a giant two-way spout that sort of like comes up almost like a fountain so that your energy gets to mingle with whatever's up there. We don't know, but maybe it's something cool. Maybe we do know. Maybe we think we know. I don't know. I have thoughts. We all do, I'm sure. But none of us really know. Deep breath in. One thing we do know, though, is that there's wind above our heads. And the science of it all, the barometric pressure, all of that stuff we've been able to study scientifically. Let your energy mingle with the clouds and even just the air above your head. Maybe don't go too high. But let that crown access whatever it is above you. The treetops. If there's anything that you've been thinking about a lot, let's let that go for a second. And I'm going to give you an option. You can either send that to the trees and let the trees devour and gobble it up, or you can take that out, and the same as we've been doing for every other chakra, you can take whatever's in your head that you don't want there anymore for a second. You can always come back to it. Like, you're not giving up if you just put that worry down for a second. So we're going to take it out and we're going to put it on the ground in front of us or to the side. I also have a theory that sometimes you have to switch spots. Like, the ground might get a little bit dirty, the same way that if you're dusting, your dust rag might get dirty and you got to pick another one. So you might need to go to the side. It might sound crazy, but I think it seems to work for me. Pretty well, actually. So we're going to go to the side, up, down. Or let that up. And now let the treetops come down and connect with your crown. The trees literally feed us. They keep us alive. We would not be here on this planet if it weren't for trees and their chlorophyll helping to fill our lungs with air. It's not directly the chlorophyll, it's just sort of a system, but part of it, the trees eat the sunlight, and then in turn breathe off the CO2, or I mean the oxygen, and then we breathe in the oxygen and breathe out the CO2 that the trees then in turn take. And it's a whole cycle that we do every single day of our lives. Every minute, every breath we take is connected to the trees. So let's take a second and think about that. Really allow our bodies and our energetic bodies, sort of the air and the aura around us, to merge with all of the nature that we're in front of right now. May we help to protect it. May we try to make good choices in our ever busy lives. I know I'm not perfect, with wastefulness and mindfulness and kindness to the earth. May we ask our legislators to try to think about ways in order to implement strategies so that this other living thing that we are a part of, this human but non-human living thing that is integral to our complete well-being, is also taken care of. May we say thank you. Thank you, Earth, for carrying us. Thank you for feeding the trees which that breathe us. Thank you. Now we're going to put our hands on our crown. Or on our legs, whichever is more comfortable. And say, our crowns are a wheel of violet fire. Make us the purity the universe desires. Our crowns are a wheel of violet fire. Make us the purity the universe desires. Our crowns are a wheel of violet fire. Make us the purity the universe desires. Our crowns are a wheel of violet fire. Make us the purity the universe desires. Now we're going to bring our hands down to our womb or our belly area. We're going to say thank you. Thank you also for carrying me. Thank you for the child that you birthed. Thank you so much for all the pain and the joy you've been through. Sorry, men, for just 1 second. This is for the women. We do not get enough attention. It's just considered gross, all the things that our wombs go through, and we hide it. May we allow for just 1 second. Consider all of that pain going out through our womb, growing out through the center of our legs, out through our vagina, or out through the center of your leg. And if you have any pain as well, for men, let that pain, the pain of depression or disease, so many diseases are located in our gut system that we don't talk about. Also, all the unhealthy food that we love and that we are bombarded with, and that is so easy and quick. May we, for a second, take all the energy that comes along with that food, all the cheapfulness of it, and just the ingredients that might not be so good for us, that come with a linked energy. Let all of that flow for a second out of your, actually root chakra is what it's called, between your legs. float out for a second and down and into the earth, and you can then take your hands and put them down. Any pain, greed, disease, anything out and put it down. Keep letting it go. We also carry a lot of anxiety, sort of also in our like ulcer area, like on the right. A lot of our anxiety gets held there, so let's let that go too. Continue to flow that out. We do not need to carry it anymore. There is nothing that is worth our physical health. Absolutely nothing. And once you're able to build a bubble and an aura around yourself, you can still care for people, but you don't have to take in their drama and their needs, and you don't have to worry so much about what they're going to think. You can just take it out. Take out any anxiety out of that area of your body, your stomach, all around there, and put it down. And if you want to close it with putting your head on the ground, again, always feel free. And I'll give us a second to work through whatever each person needs to. If you need to let anything else go, I want you to look at that area, because you should feel calm, solid, grounded, no anxiety. And I think we all know what I'm talking about, that sort of pain that I know it's very used to be very real for me in my body. You do not need to have that. So I want you to take a second, and if it's there, just put it down. Put it down to the earth, let it go. It absolutely does not serve you, and it doesn't need to travel with you. It doesn't make you a bad person for letting it go. You will actually be a good person, because your kindness and your calm and your grace and strength will travel to all of those around you. So you will be a better person for not feeling that anxiety. Keep letting it go. I don't know if anyone's ever told you that. Because once you don't have anxiety, it's addictive. You are going to absolutely not want to put that on anybody else, and you will become a force for the universe, so that you will want everybody around you to feel calm too. So you're not going to put your anxiety on anybody else. And then in turn, they're not going to be anxious, and they're not going to put their anxiety on anybody else. And you will be like a little tiny drop in the pond, like a ripple that goes out and waves out through the whole universe. Many blessings. That will be so wonderful. So imagine the ripple of your calmness and your strength going out to those around you. People you may know and not know, and people you may just meet. Little tiny stars in the universe that you only have a second with. But your calm and your strength can give them strength in the day. So we're going to take anything else out of our wombs, and we're going to give it kindness and strength and grace and love. We're going to say, my gosh, I love you, to yourself. say thank you to yourself. Say, I have been doing, you have been doing the absolute best that you could with all the tools given to you. And now you're going to do even better. And if you feel like you haven't, then now's your chance. Now's your chance to let go. Let go of that anxiety and lean into your strength. Let's put it down again. And remember, this is just one step. It literally took me years to devise this system and to also feel calm inside. And it's a constant garden. It's a daily gardener thing you have to do, or weekly, monthly, whatever you can do. Just constant upkeep. There's no perfection. I think it's really important to be messy, and everything is not always dressed up and pretty. I posted a reel to my Instagram that is what I really look like when I'm outside praying by myself. It's a mess. It's my pajamas, like a mom, like bun, you know? We don't need to be perfect in order to do this. We just need to give ourselves grace and strength and put it down. And however we pray to whichever God or gods or many things to pray to, or just the universe, the planet, if we're atheists, there's no right or wrong way. But let's say thank you. And again, even if you are an atheist, the earth is always there. It's still a part of it. It's still a composter and it's still a recycler. So let's put anything down to the earth that we don't need to carry. Name of Awen, amen. The term you keep hearing me use, I feel like I feel called to explain it. I should have already. Awen is, it came to me in a nightly meditation, and I didn't know what its meaning was, but it is an ancient druidic term. If you're European, your ancestors were most likely a version of Celtic or any of those other ancient tribal religions, and druids were their spiritual leaders. They held sort of different places in society. They were both judges and spiritual leaders, advisors to kings and tribal leaders, but Awen it means everything. That's all it means, is just everything around us. So if I say thankful to Awen, it's just the thankfulness for everything around us. It has no meaning more than that, just bigger than us. One day we will become part of the earth again. And while that might be sad to many, we have to be thankful for it. Our wombs and our sperm and semen, for lack of a better term, our seed, I guess, is you could call it, are what live on beyond us. So those all come from our womb. Men have a sort of womb too. And so that is the part that lives beyond us on this planet. Let's take a second. Feel the strength in our wombs and our stomach areas too, in our belly chakras. Feel how strong we are. This is our core. This is, without this muscle, our spines would not be able to support itself. So let's say thank you to our muscles that keep us upright. and down deep in the center of our core. Just feel that strength that is waiting for you there. Underneath that anxiety and all that other stuff, that worries about what will people think, that we have completely put down now. We do not need to carry it. And underneath that is your core. That is your being. That is what you are here to do. So feel that core strength flowing up through your spine, flowing up through your heart, all the way up your spine, through all your sacral chakras, your throat, and out of your crown. Actually, keep it in your crown. Don't spread it too much. Just keep it in your body, just right to the tippy top of your head, maybe an inch or two above. That's your aura, just a little bit outside of your body. Going down your arms, feel that core strength going down your legs. May you feel like a Marvel superhero. Take a deep breath. Let me give you one last chance, only because I know I always carry a lot. Take 2 seconds. Any last little anxiety that needs to come out, let's take it out. Any last little dregs, there's always something. Feel it go down into the earth. Let's begin. Put your hands on your belly. Our sacred womb for men and women. All life is brought forth from this area. May our bellies be a wheel of violet fire. Make us the strength the universe desires. May our bellies be a wheel of violet fire. Make us the purity the universe desires. May our bellies be a wheel of violet fire. Make us the strength the universe desires. May our bellies be a wheel of violet fire. Make us the strength the universe desires. May our bellies be a wheel of violet fire. Make us the purity the universe desires. Take a deep breath in and out. Now we're going to go up to our third eye. I'm not going to lie to you, I did these slightly out of order, but I just did them as they felt called to do. So normally it would be crown now, but third eye now is the area above your eyes, in between your eyebrows. They kind of go in an order, and I'll show you in the book. But again, I always recommend doing what you feel called to do and following the energy versus being dogmatic about something. I promise you, you will get more real results that way. And true cleanliness, which is why I recommend to do all of these on your own time. I love you coming here and sharing strength and classes with me, but I really want people to be able to do this on their own time. So coming back up out of your heart and into your third eye. Deep breath in and out. This is our vision area. This is where we imagine things. This is a beautiful chakra, and it can be used as a tool for dark or for light. if we imagine the good things that can happen, it can be a great visionary tool. So let's take a second. I want us to take one thing that we are working on making a decision on. Put that in your mind for a second. Put it sort of right in front of yourself. If you could do like one of those split Star Trek screens that are like, imagine that you have now this vision in front of your head just a little bit. This is a choice you have to make. It can be small or large, mundane or life-changing. This exercise will work for both. Now we're going to take that vision. We're going to put it in our hearts for a minute. We're going to continue this chakra alignment, but we're going to come back to that vision and that choice. So keep it in your hearts and your minds. We're going to come back to our third eye. Our third eye is a wheel of violet fire. Help make us the energy the universe desires. Our third eye is a wheel of violet fire. Help us to see the vision the universe desires. Our third eye is a wheel of violet fire. Help us to have the vision the universe desires. You can bring that choice out of your heart now and just put it there, sort of on the screen in front of your mind, but it's not on your mind, it's just on the blank TV screen in front of you, so we're not thinking about it. That choice is outside of us right now. We'll come back to it. If there's any darkness that you feel coming here, I want you to take that and put it down. You are stronger than it. Our mind's eye creates fears for us. We can get into spirit or demon voodoo talk another time, but this is not the class for it. Although in most spiritualities, there can be forces outside of us that might affect us. So right now though, we're going to physically take anything that doesn't need to be in that third eye mind, and we're going to pull it out. And we're going to continue. We've built up so much inner light now. We're going to take that inner light from our stomachs and our hearts and our spleens and our spines, and we're going to take that inner light and we're going to shoot out any darkness, and we're going to put it to the ground again, and we're going to put our heads down. I feel like we all actually have a lot of darkness here. Not to sound judgmental, but A lot of TV that we watch can cloud our brain too. Um, Tiffany and I, we both work in film, and I know we create it, but just be careful. Any darkness that we don't need to carry anymore, put it down. Any horror scenes out of our mind's eye. This is a place of peace. And your mind deserves happiness. Put your head down again. Let anything flow out of you from your third eye, specifically because we're working with the third eye right now. It's probably good to put your head to the ground, and the same way we've been letting energy out of our hands, let's let energy out of our mind now, straight to the ground. Any thoughts, worries, anything that doesn't need to be there, we call it our monkey mind. Just put it down and let that energy flow out of you, and the earth will recycle and compost it. Feeling it flow out of you, out of your soul, the deep-rooted place that you don't need to carry any of these fears, any of these worries, any anxiety anymore. It's flowing out of you directly onto the ground. The earth is taking it from you, sucking it way, way down. If you need to switch to a new spot, please do so. Keep feeling it pull out of you. It's pulling. Sometimes after a class like this or exercises, you should drink a lot of water. There are scientific aspects to what we do here. Epigenetics is proving that the human genome is affected by things that our ancestors did. And so the same way as we all have a megahertz of energy. And so we're moving around energy in our bodies, and so that's going to jostle us just a little bit. It's a good thing. It's a good spiritual thing. But you're going to want to drink some water to help release all of that. So keep letting that flow out of you. Straight down into the ground. In the name of our amen. And then come up when you're ready. No pressure. Feeling the strength, sort of now letting your third eye, we've released so much out of there. We're going to breathe through it a little bit, and now we're going to bring in some light. That same light that's in your belly, in your soul, we're going to bring it up from the seat of your spine, and we're going to start to fill that with light. And light can also come from out of the universe, the same way that we were connecting with our crown chakra. Deep breath in and relax. Let your shoulders down a little bit if you've been keeping them high. This is a lot of work that we're doing. It's a lot of healing, grounding, and releasing. So feel free to do whatever you need. Put your hands on the ground. Let that last little bit go out of your third eye. And you can put your head to the ground again. And this time, we've let everything go. And so now we're going to consider pulling light from the earth. And you may want to switch to a new spot, just over a few inches or feet. We're going to pull, and not pull, think of it as giving. The earth is giving it to you. There's no need, there's no greed from the earth. The earth is here. There's a great Rumi saying that it's said in several different ways, but look at how the sun lights the earth. There's no, I'm totally butchering this. There's no love like that. If we can learn to love the way the earth loves us, in a giving way, a kind way, there's no reciprocation needed. So the earth is now giving you all of its light back. Let that earth fill you up. You are grounded. Come up when you can, but take as much time as you need. Feel free to pause the video here if you need to. Continue to give yourself that earth energy. It needs you. It heals you. The earth wants to help you. So always think of it like that. The earth wants to give you what it needs to, because then you become a powerful tool of the earth. And then you get to help it live and survive. So it's a very reciprocal situation and relationship. All right. Coming back to our hearts for a moment. Letting that energy travel up to our third eye. Now we're going to place our hands on our third eye. And our third eye is a wheel of violet fire. Help make me the purity the universe desires. Our third eye is a wheel of violet fire. Help make us the purity the universe desires. Our third eye is a wheel of violet fire. Help make us the energy the universe desires. Our third eyes are wheels of violet fire. Help make us the purity the universe desires. One more. Let's bring that energy straight from our guts, straight from our soul. Bring it up. Oh, slowly, slowly up to our third eye. Bring all of our energy so that our visions may be light, and that when we have the option to imagine the worst outcome, or maybe just what if there's the possibility of goodness. I mean, listen, I was a Girl Scout, so I totally know plan for the worst and have all your eggs in a row, so that way you can know that you're going to be covered. But give yourself that moment in every situation. What if? What if the best thing happened? For sure, I am prepared, which is why you should plan, take care of your business, take care of your finances, do all of the things you can, so that way, just maybe, the best possible outcome could happen. So let's use that strength from our souls and give us that vision, so that the best possible outcome, we just might visualize it sometimes. It could happen. In the name of our Wen, our third eyes are wheels of violet fire. Make us the purity the universe desires. Now we're going to come back down. We're going to bring that energy straight down. We're on fire, and we're going to bring it straight down to between our legs. This is our creative chakra, or our root chakra. This is where all energy of life is birthed from, man or woman. All of the energy of the universe, especially the human universe right now, but that is the keeper of creativity and love and spirituality and sacredness. So we're going to take it for a second, and we're going to hold it in our minds, and we're going to be calm, and we're going to say thank you. Thank you for allowing us to get to be here and create in this universe, whatever it is we do. If we do math, science, all of these things that we do. Drugs, art forms, all of these things. And I'm saying that Denise is a pharmacist, so the legal ones. Although my gut was like, talk about the drugs, but I need to clarify. And so all of these things, thank you for helping us to create in our daily lives, be moms, parents. Carlos, I have no idea what you do, but like for all of the things that we use our life energy for, help us to know where to put that energy. And if there's any choices that we want to make in different ways about jobs or the ways and the tools that we use our energy to do, help us to give us a second to think about that and know that the universe will guide us. Let that energy flow out in the ground. Also, any trauma, we're all adults here, so there could be sexual trauma that needs to be released. Any uncaring things that, to be honest, anybody who hurts somebody else is in general hurt themselves. It doesn't excuse it, but let's release that pain that they put on us and put our hands down. Men or women, it can happen in any way. And put our heads to the ground. Let that go. Say thank you to our souls for surviving that. Oof. And let the earth energy glow up into you, and know that you have healing for you at any time. Help it to heal your chakras, and especially our sexual chakra. It can come right back and just heal and glow so that you can be the warm, loving, virgin person before any of that trauma happened. That can happen again for you. You can be that sacred thing. You're not going to be a born again virgin, but you can access that earthly energy that you had as a child, or maybe even before then, before the womb, that you had that earthly angelic energy. Let it come through you. And put it down. Anything you don't need to carry, feel that energy that was put onto you, that traveled onto you, go back into the earth. In the name of our one, amen. And put our heads down when you're ready, if you feel so called to do. And our root chakras are very connected to our hearts. We make love to people that we love or not, but so let's take a second and think about that sacred bond between the two, and anything that is caught in your heart that is connected to your root chakra. Let's take a second and release that and put it down. Any sexual trauma or healing, or just maybe it didn't work out with someone, and You need to let that person go, but you're very connected to them. I'm speaking from experience. um, and it's time. Put your hands on the earth. Say thank you for that bond. I'm sorry it didn't work out. It really may seem like it should have, but put your head down. Let it go. Trust that the right thing happened for you and that person. And if there's anything to be revisited there, trust me, keeping yourself in alignment will keep you open for that moment to happen again. But the first thing you need to do is take care of yourself. Heads down. When you feel ready, come back up. We're going to recenter our energy on our root chakra. Take one last moment now that we've cleaned out our heart. And we're going to take anything else we don't need to carry. And we're going to pull that out. Just picture all of that energy, that blackness that holds us back from connecting with our future or current partners, whatever it is, people, and just connecting with ourself honestly, because your root chakra is the center of your creativity. And again, I don't just mean art. I think we forget that math and science are, especially like in the Industrial Revolution and at the Renaissance age, like science and art were not separate. They were absolutely both creative, and I think it's really important to always remember that. If we're scientists, it is equally creative. Your mathematical skills, listen, this iPhone I'm recording this on would not exist without creativity. So all of that sacred energy, creative energy, chakra stuff, anything that's blocking it, we are putting that down right now. All that little energy, darkness is going into the earth. Feel it flowing down until it's just blue energy coming out of you. Beautiful water. And once it feels clean, flushed out of your system, and again, I'm going to say, do not think you can do this one time and you are good for the rest of your life. You're going to need to do this often. I'm not going to give you any time frame, just whenever you can. Probably not as much as you need to, given our daily life. But so keep putting that down. All right, now put your head down one last time, and then we're going to connect with our sacred chakra. I always feel like I could keep my head on the earth for forever, but when you feel so called to do, come back up. It's a beautiful way, and our oldest ancestors did it. I don't claim to understand it, it just works. Keeping yourself in the presence of all that is and that we're put here to do, and being thankful before the eyes of God or Creator, or if you're an atheist, just all that we are a part of, no matter what. It's beautiful. I mean, you can take a second if you like and look around you at the forest if you wanted to see how beautiful the setting is we are in right now. All of this is wonderful and glorious, and we're a part of it. And we get to be thankful for that in this moment right now. So we're going to close our eyes again and bring it back to our center, to our sacral chakra, our root between our legs. And we'll begin. Our root is a wheel of violet fire. Give us the creativity the universe desires. Our root is a wheel of violet fire. Make us the purity the universe desires. Our root is a wheel of violet fire. Give us the strength the universe desires. Our root is a wheel of violet fire. Make us the energy the universe desires. Continue to see that wheel spinning. If you think of a wheel spinning at each center, we're going to go up through our spine for a second, so that wheel between your legs is spinning, and now we're in our bellies, and that chakra is spinning too, and now we're going up to our sacrum, sort of along the spine. That one's spinning too, and we're going up to our heart. Oof. That one is spinning too, and sometimes it's hard to imagine. I feel like we all have so much to let go of, that we're going to go up to our throat. May our throat chakra be spinning too, and up to our third eye. May our third eye not be blind, and may it see what we need it to see throughout our daily life in order to be strong for the universe. Come up to our crown. May our crowns and our thoughts be peace. And now for a second, we're going to let that light explode up out of us. And now we are going to connect up high to that wind above us. And at the same time, we're sending a beam of light out through our root chakra, down to the center of the earth. So we have a rod of light going from down to the center, up to the sky. This whole time our third eye is getting wider and brighter. Deep breath in. Just sit here for a minute with that. Let that light grow higher. Try to feel it reaching for and touching outer space. It feels hard because we're all just so here and ragged humans, but we have the space between us and in our souls to touch there. It's the stargazer in all of us, the unknown. Keep it traveling up to the stars, that light. It's coming out of your spine, and if you need to, take a second and sit up a little bit straighter if you can. Take a deep breath. If you have any symbol or sign of the cross, I do sort of made it up, but it's north, south, east, west, and all the way around. Let's keep ourselves in full alignment now. Whatever symbol you need to say thank you and to connect yourself and stay grounded. Feel that light going down your spine into the earth and then up to the stars. You have access to this at any time. Just breathe. And the more often you do this, the easier it will be to access. In those busy moments, in the days in offices and schools and classrooms, businesses and jobs, we can't let this be separate from that. This has to stay with us in our hearts and our souls. Deep breath in. Feel the wind from the trees. Feel it surrounding you in your aura. That's the next thing we're going to do after our feet. So we're going to feel that wind sort of making a ball around us. I don't know if you've ever seen Avatar, The Last Airbender. It's a great kids cartoon and I highly recommend it. But if you have younger kids, you maybe have watched it, as you will watch anything that kids can watch and consume all the kid TV. But the Avatar makes himself, he's a wind shaper, and he makes himself a little wind ball, sort of a globe around himself. So let that wind of the universe, because that's all that is above us right now, let it surround you, come into you, build you a protective space and a protective sphere. This is your safe ball, your safe space. So we're going to come back to that. We've begun to build our aura. We're going to go down to our feet. Now there is an Icelandic idea. This woman who is a sort of a Nordic priestess in the 1980s named Freya Aswin. She has a theory that we have an 8th chakra at our feet. I thought it actually sounded pretty smart. So right now we're going to say thank you to our feet first. And for getting us everywhere. Also, sorry guys, this class is getting pretty long, but I feel like it's going good. You guys are all, you don't have to open your eyes, but you guys are all willing to keep going, yeah? Great. We're going to bring our awareness to our feet. Our feet do not get the love they deserve. Let's say thank you to them. Maybe like if your shoes are on or off, like rub your toes a little bit. If your shoes are on, think about taking them off for a second, and we're going to ground our feet the way that we do all of our other things in our hands. And so it's a little hard because we're cross-legged. But if you stand up, you can, or just sort of kneel and put your feet on the ground. Let that energy rush through them. In the same way that we let it go through our spine, we can also let it go through our feet. Actually, let's stand up for just a second. This will be a good stretch for a moment. Let's stand up for 1 second. And it'll be good to shake our legs out just a little bit. Do that. Do whatever movement you need to do to let your back go a little bit. I'm a big fan of one of these. Hear those cracks? And so let's put our feet on the ground. All right. Close your eyes. And that same energy that you felt going up through your spine. Now we're going to let it go up through our feet. It feels easy now, right? This alignment is available to you anytime. You have access for it. All right, and now let's put our heads down to the earth. Let's kneel properly again one more time. Let's bring our feet back to center one last time. Give yourself one more moment on the grass. And let's kneel again, or sit cross-legged. Or you can also do one of these like I'm doing with the legs like that. That helps to alleviate some of the back stress if you need to. So we're going to picture sort of little circles around our feet, 2 little spinning discs that help us get to where we're going. They'll help us, may our feet guide us to where we need to be. Our feet are our energy and help us do everything we need to do. We would literally be nowhere without them. So let's say thank you. And let's think about ways that we can maybe be kinder to our feet. Maybe if you can put your legs up against a wall when you get home, like leg ups, those are really good for just releasing some of that tension that your feet carry. It's a small thing, but over time it can really make a huge difference in your circulation and your legs. All right, in the name of Awen, our feet are a wheel of violet fire. May we be the energy the universe desires. Our feet are a wheel of violet fire. May they guide us to the purity the universe desires. Our feet are a wheel of violet fire. May they be the energy the universe desires. Our feet are a wheel of violet fire. May they be the purity the universe desires. Our feet are a wheel of violet fire. May they give us the strength the universe desires. And just see those 2 discs spinning. All right, and if you're sitting sideways, maybe come back to center, because this is kind of more important to be centered. Because if you can do it centered now, it will be easier at times when you're not able to sit a certain way or be cross-legged. All right, now we're going to go back to that spinning ball. This is the last movement of this exercise. This is the part, this I made up myself because it felt needed on top of the other chakras and the 8th chakra that the Icelandic woman invented. So we're going to picture ourselves in this, not giant, but little tiny spinny ball, but a few inches outside of us. This is called our aura. And if you're an empath, and I believe that we all have very empathic abilities, they always say, laughter is contagious and misery loves company. So any energies of the people around us, we are all super, super sensitive to. So we care about the people around us, but if we build up our auras, we are going to be able to sort of bombard and combat their energies. We can wish them well from inside our perfect, happy, tiny little bubble. So that's what we're building here right now. And again, you can build this every day, every moment of your life, that you are not with me, so that you can continue this outside of our space, our sphere and circle here. So in the name of Awen, our auras are a wheel of violet fire. Make us the energy the universe desires. Our auras are a wheel of violet fire. And just picture sort of like spinning little balls that or like rings that are going around you, just creating this sort of sphere around you that gives you good energy in your little ball. Our auras are a wheel of violet fire. Make us the energy the universe desires. Our auras are a wheel of violet fire. Give us the energy the universe desires. Our auras are a wheel of violet fire. May be the purity the universe desires. Our auras are a wheel of violet fire. Give us the strength the universe desires. Our auras are a wheel of violet fire. Give us the strength, purity, and goodness the universe desires. In the name of Awen, amen. And now we're going to come down and we're going to say thank you to ourselves. And we're going to put our heads on the ground again. You guys have completed this exercise. Say thank you to yourself and to the planet for holding you and guiding you and taking away and composting all of your energy. It's always there for you. Even if you need to sneak out back of your work and find a quiet corner, that is possible too. People might think you're a weirdo, but maybe it'll catch on. They'll eventually get to it, get around to it. So keep letting that energy go. Say thank you, and we're gonna come back to center. Now, I'd like to do this last exercise with you. We're gonna come back to our decision-making process. And I'll make this one quick. I'm sure we all have families and dinner to go to, but so in this decision-making process, we've now aligned ourselves, and so our auras are in alignment. So our thoughts are going to be so much clearer, our vision is going to be clearer. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to take that decision that is on our mind's brain right there that we had out in front of us. All right, so we're going to make one version of that decision. It doesn't mean you've actually made the decision, but I want in your mind's eye to think about, like, okay, if I went this way, now I want you to visualize every aspect. Say it's a relationship that you're thinking of, in or out. I'm going to picture us together. I'm going to picture us every step of the way. Or if it's a job, picture yourself at the job, going to the office, desk work, whatever it is. And so I want us to really visualize what that decision looks like. Let it be really real. And I'm going to give us a minute of quietness, for myself included, in order to really think about what that looks like. And what I want you to pay attention to is how your aura feels. As you think about making this decision, job, whatever it is, love, relationship, every step of the way, or what you're going to cook for dinner, it can be as simple as that. Sometimes simple ones are a good test of this exercise at first. Visualize it fully. What does it smell like? What does it touch, taste, feel like? How does your heart feel when you're in this decision? How do your chakras feel? How does your whole energy feel? I'm going to give us a minute. Let your mind and body really go down that road, even if it's a decision that scares you. Put your whole self into it just in your mind's eye. But if it feels like you're going too far, pull yourself back for sure. But just in your mind's eye. And now we're going to come back to center. Take a deep breath, letting that version of the decision sort of go like an Etch-a-Sketch. Deep breath in, we're shaking it off, we're brushing it away. That energy is going away. We're cleaning our slate. And now we're going to make the alternative version of that decision. Now see this way and trust this way. You have to put your whole self into each version of the decision for this process to really work. Put your whole self into it. What does it see, touch, taste, and smell like? Over here. Yeah, I hear that too. What does it, something behind us? I think we're okay. It's a deer or something. What does that version of the decision feel like? How does that feel in your aura? And again, put your whole self in that. Sometimes you should probably spend longer doing this, but if you can spend half an hour, 2 hours, 15 minutes, 10, really doing this process, sometimes it will be very, very clear what the right decision is. Your aura will start to expand. And in the way that we felt when we were accessing the sky above us and the stars, when it's the right decision, your aura will just feel universal because you have tapped into the right decision that the universe wants you to make. But again, it does take time. Yeah, there's something over there, but I think we're okay. No mouse murders. It does take time to do this process. So breathe in your heart, and if one decision isn't clear or not, if one way doesn't fully expand yourself, I find this is especially in terms of relationships or like long-term growth processes, it might not be time to make that decision. But I do find it's useful to make sort of smaller decisions, like a freelance job or something like that. Like, is this a direction I want to go or not? And if it's a more long-term job, maybe you need to meditate for 1 or 2 hours just to get yourself in alignment. But really take both versions of the decision, visualize it very fully, and the universe will guide you by the way that your aura feels. We're going to take a deep breath in. And now we're just going to take just a second to relax. Hopefully we are now in full relaxation, but we are also in strength mode. We cleansed ourselves. You guys did work today. This was not just like a little easy peasy meditation class and just be all like lying in a hammock about it. Today was work. So thank yourself. You guys really put the energy down. So take a second, put your hands down one more time. Say thank you to yourself. Anything else out of your heart, say thank you. You did it. You guided yourself. You guided us. Every single person's energy here today helped dictate what I said, honestly. It's just following energy. So I'm thankful to you all for coming today because it helps me to know that my purpose is stronger here too. So thank you for coming and sharing this energy and space with me. If you want to put your head down one last time, feel free. This will be our closure. And come up, but don't open your eyes just yet. That was it, and now you get to bask for just a few minutes, just a few seconds, like those little birds chirping. This is now peace. You get to take that peace with you, put your hands on your heart, and go out into the world with it. In the name of Awen, amen. You can open up your eyes whenever you feel fit. And thank you so much for coming and enjoying the day with me. Thank you. This was wonderful. I hope you guys feel as peaceful as I do. Thank you.
Thank you for meditating with us today. Many blessings, and remember, you deserve to feel calm inside.